Hello and welcome. I'm Zilla, and welcome to my Twitch channel, my stream Ancient Gaming, where I play video games with ancient studies content and talk about it. Today is part 20 of my playthrough of Okami, a game about Japanese mythology and folklore. Um, we are a little bit more than halfway through the game, and I think, warn people last week. I will be taking the next 2 weekends off, but normally I stream every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern right here. So we are about halfway through Okami. We are going to play it to the end, I hope. I have a few more games that have come up as things that I might want to play after this. Particularly looking at Mythwrecked as one that I think I want to play on here. Get back to my real expertise. I love Japanese mythology, but as I'm discovering, I don't remember as much as I thought I did. But I did study Japan in undergrad, so although it was a while ago, I'm here to help highlight some of the fun things we can talk about. And hopefully, if you are here in chat and you see something you want to talk about as well, I'd love to hear about it. So, just to give you a little background, first of all, hi. If you're here in chat, I'd love to hear from you in general. If you are new here and you don't want to be spoiled on the story, I do recommend you can always see all my playthroughs and all of my other content on my YouTube channel. All my socials are linked down at the bottom of the frame, so please feel free to check that out. If after this you want to catch up and see how the game has gone so far, I highly recommend you do. This is a fun one. And I'm going to give a short recap of where we are in the storyline, so this is your chance if you don't want to be spoiled. But I do put all my recordings up on YouTube, so you can catch up on anything that I have played, whether on this stream or any other of my content focuses on ancient history and activism and occasionally board games. So, fun stuff. Okay, so where we are in Okami, we are the white wolf incarnation of the goddess Amaterasu, thus fulfilling both parts of the Japanese pun Okami, which both means great god and wolf, depending on what the kanji are. We have been resurrected into the world, into the land of Nippon or Japan, in an ambiguous time, although the capital is named Sei-an, which seems like a reference to the Heian era. Um, the city of great peace, Heian. Um, so we first were awakened to deal with the re-emergence of the spirit of the demon Orochi, the eight-headed demon serpent, who was demanding sacrifices from the village of Kamiki. And we did, in fact, defeat him with the help of a local sake brewer named Kushi and a bumbling swordsman, I guess, named Susano. But when we defeated Orochi, the guardian spirit of the land of Nippon, a peach tree spirit who lives in Kamiki, the village of the gods, told us that she saw 4 deadly evils emerge from Orochi's corpse and go flying over the land. One of which has landed in the capital of Sei-an, which we are just outside of. We're on the coast outside of Sei-an. Now, the city is ruled by Queen Himiko, which is a fun reference if you want to go down that rabbit hole. And she has closed the city off because of a deadly illness that has pervaded the capital. We don't really know more than that at this point, but we did just clear out a large cursed area along the coastline. We also, and this is where I'm going to start with new information, we encountered a new monster to fight, the Ubume. Looks a lot like the crane demons we fought before, but instead of being a disgraced samurai itself, this is the spirit of a woman slain by a samurai's blade who has come back to seek revenge. So she carries a parasol that she uses to deflect direct attacks. But the advice for dealing with this is to blow the umbrella back with wind and then attack. Now, this I think is really interesting. The creature will recall its life as a woman and cease attacking. So the spirit itself, while it attacks you, is not necessarily casting any blame on the woman so slain. Well, either that or it's too modest to because women don't glitch. Sorry, my brain just glitched out on how misogynist that line of thinking is, but it is something that is a bit pervasive, so good to be aware of. So, did just want to show that off before we start running around the coast. So we have pretty much done what we can do here. So it is time for us to head into the capital proper, which is over this way. Or what's that? I bet we could get out there. No, not a wind. A lily pad. Amy, you've really got to get over your fear of water. I mean, honestly. Dogs do not smell good enough for you to do this. Oops. So we need something a bit closer to jump from. There we go. Get some treasure. We did see earlier a tower like this, and it looks like we need some kind of a double jump to get in there. Oh, hey! We can feed some monkeys. Always good. Who doesn't like feeding the monkeys? Actually, most people don't like feeding the monkeys. It's a really bad idea because they are smart and they will follow you and steal your stuff. But oh, hey, it's a dojo. Maybe we will learn the double jump here. Same old guy. So, Onigiri Sensei is here somehow. Don't mind me, my cat Freya is trying to climb onto my lap, but she is blind. Poor kitten. Yes, hello. Yes, I love you. Good kitty. Okay, so we have a lot of new options. It looks like we can get both of these. I think think that's the double jump. We'll find out. Hello, Harusaki-emon. Thank you for joining us again. Lovely to see you. We are training at the dojo with Onigiri-sensei and his miraculous rotating head. Let's see what we can find out. Onigiri does sound delicious. I could definitely use some rice balls. Actually, like, every once in a while I genuinely find myself craving an umeboshi onigiri. It's very weird. It's been 15 years since I was in Japan, but I got used to them. Okay, so let's see. Holy Eagle God technique. So, jump. And then jump again. Excellent. Check it when you forget what it means, the warrior. Let's see. So, alright. So, can indeed double jump, but can I reach this platform? There we go. So, which kind of onigiri do you like, Harusaki-emon? I think other than umeboshi, I probably go for salmon more than tuna. Kimchi and I have a strained relationship. It's the vinegar. It doesn't always sit well with me. When I want it, but definitely a sometimes food. Really, like, just the nori and the rice together just feels so good. Crunch. Yes. Excellent. Alright, so now I can get up on those platforms, which is excellent. But I think I have enough money to get another technique. The moon turret. Yes. That is where I intend to go. Okay. Yes, I do. Maybe now I can dig into the hard ground. So I should probably learn some actual, like, fighting upgrades at some point. I'm much more interested in navigation skills right now. So just do what I normally do. Understand it with your body. Actually, this is hinting at a real thing in martial arts techniques. Most of the martial arts teachers I've ever met, most of the practitioners that I've ever met who were any good at what they did, will talk about the physicality of knowing what to do when your body knows something so well that you don't have to think about it. You can respond with it without taking the time to process. In particular, this is something that is talked about in Zen mysticism, um, and other particularly sort of Eastern, like, martial arts, stuff like that. So like you'll hear about this in karate. You'll hear about it in um, Shaolin. You'll hear about it in a variety Aikido. The like the loss of self, where you are no longer actively thinking, you are just your body moving in response to the next emotion that is required. So, understanding a thing with your body is considered a very necessary thing for a lot of martial arts, also true for a lot of other physical activities, but it also has this sort of Zen background to it where you're sort of letting your active thinking become more meditative, become more distant, trying to quiet your mind. And the particularly Zen thing of loss of self, of ego death, if you will. Okay, so now I can dig through much harder ground. Ah, yes. So DJ Trundlebot saying it's heard from professionals. That's why it's very difficult to be both a competitive fighter and a fighter on stage and screen, because the motions might be the same, but the mental conditioning is completely opposite. Right, because when you're acting, you need to be focusing on how it looks to the stage, to the audience, to the camera, and you have to complete the same blocking, the same choreography each time. Whereas if you're actually like trying to fight with those martial arts, you need to lose that awareness entirely. I was definitely listening, Onigiri-sensei. That's why I took a nap. Yeah, Harusaki Amon saying acting is very self-conscious, watching other people watching you. Definitely. It's actually been very interesting for me to stream video games because even though I'm usually playing video games with other people around in my house, it's a very different feeling from trying to like stop and show off the particular things that come to mind. And like particularly when I'm looking for just like very much looking for ancient studies content, it's a completely different mindset than just playing through the game to play it. Which isn't to say that I don't have all these thoughts when I'm playing through these games, but it's an interesting perspective shift. Okay, so I think I'm out of money now. Let's see. Yeah, I am relatively out of money. Not enough to get any more techniques right now. So let's see, what else have we got here? Hey, can I not get up on the roof? That seems silly. Ah, man. Okay, so it won't let me up on the roof. There's an invisible barrier there. But I can get up here now. And more importantly, that tower up there will be able to get up. Come on. So let's go see about that moon tower. If there is anything that I can do. Oops, too far away. Not high enough. Come on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, almost. I really wish I could control the camera better, because I'm having to go forward at a diagonal. Yes, yes, I know. It's nighttime now. Finally. Okay. So, there's a moon symbol beneath the boat, and there's a moon symbol on this tower. I mean, it's kind of a neat shipwreck. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It does look like a huge crescent moon. Some sort of hint. To do what? It's already nighttime. So, what do I do about it? Do I just swim out there? Maybe. Woo! Maybe I can give myself some lily pads. Oh, there was a frog on that lily pad. Yeah, so I was wondering about that four-leaf clover Harusaki-emon, but the reason is the name of the studio is Clover Studio. I was speculating before actually DJ Trundlebot looked that up for me. I was speculating that maybe it was, you know, sort of that thing that that Japan likes to do, where it takes mystical symbols from other cultures, like the Star of David, and just uses them to mean generic magic stuff. But no, in this case it actually was relevant. It just was relevant to a completely different thing than I expected. Maybe I should try double jumping to go further. Almost. Maybe I should try and just get up on the deck that's there. Oops. Used up all my ink. Okay. So I was going to head for that bright light, but I think upon closer inspection that I probably need to know more about it first. So let's get on deck. Here we are. I can't change the camera. Looks... Okay. Oh, that is very annoying. I can barely see where I am. Oh, I can't go up the stairs? But they're right there. Okay. So, I can't just go up the stairs. It's already daytime again. Nothing particular around here. Bet it was one sweet ship in its heyday, which was apparently not that long ago. I thought this just got wrecked recently. How are we gonna get in without drowning? Okay, so maybe there's some god technique that we need to learn. I feel like there is an underwater area. Haha! A stray bead. And a golden peach. Interesting. So I guess there's not much for us here right now. I mean, clearly it needs to be nighttime. If we got that much. Come on. Ski! The moon. But, like, can we do anything different just because it's night? One piece of trouble with the, yeah. So I don't think we can get there with the powers we have. I think we might have to just head back to shore and go on with the capital. What was I saying? I have no idea what I was saying. Sorry. I had two thoughts at once, said half of at least one of them. You'll just have to bear with me. Apparently today I'm a little scattered. But let's go see this capital and meet Queen Himiko if we can. Gonna get in at least one fight along the way. Yep, there we go. Hi-ya! Boy. A lot of chaos on the screen. There we go. Get some more coin. Maybe we can get some more fighting techniques soon. Bad. I guess I could make it daytime again, but let's just go ahead for... Oh, what's this? Just a pork. Is there... Okay, already fed the bunnies. I did think I had looked around over here, but just be careful. Okay, so that's the north coast up there. It does look like there is a cursed area right there. But we should probably head into the city. Well, first, let's get some bonus points. Not the wind. Oh, I know what I was saying. It's a little inconvenient that so many of the techniques are more or less the same motion with the brush. Because it's too easy to... Oh wow, look at that. It's too easy to confuse them for one another. So there's a little floating... No. Maybe? I don't know if that's a floating platform or if it's attached to the cliff. But the whole area, all of its beautiful trees, probably sakura, but maybe peach because of the way that this game is set up. It's got like a fire in the back, it's got a wall around it to protect it from hostile forces. I mean, it's got two walls. It's got that wall, and it's got a much more defensible palisade with a gate. A portcullis even. But it's got a very beautiful setup. It's made along a grid. You know, some of the older Japanese, some of the Heian era Japanese cities are built like this, and it really does resemble Kyoto in a way. You can see at least one torii inside, as well as just houses. Let's see what this horrible green miasma is. So, fun fact, for those who aren't familiar, miasma and miasmic theory of disease do come from an ancient Greek way of thinking about contagion. That there was unhealthy air, and that it spread among a region like that. Hi, Aurora Terrorbird. Thanks for stopping by. Lovely to have you for however long you have. I was just talking about this awful-looking green mist that looks downright hazardous to your health. And the origins of miasma theory in Western medicine are, they do originate with the Greeks, miasma being a Greek word. The idea was that the unhealthy air spread contagions. Green mist like Hedorah in Godzilla. I actually don't know Godzilla. Like, I don't know what Hedorah is, but I'm sure our chat will appreciate it. So there are people here. It's not just straight up cursed. We do have trees and houses and stuff. Oh, what's this? Oh, hey, we have a save point. Let's save. But preceding germ theory, when we were actually able to get a microscope and see the little critters that cause us to be sick, it was thought that the air itself was healthy or unhealthy, and that's why you'll get stories of people going to, like, pristine natural environments to take the air when they're sick, in historical texts. So, in ancient Greece, miasma also was often caused as a curse of the gods, either, you know, as punishment for some transgression, as in Oedipus Rex, or sometimes for completely other reasons. Sometimes Apollo just hated your guts and shot your family with a poison arrow. let's go ahead and save. Alright, so I wonder if in this mist I can bloom a tree. Does it stick? Nope! As I suspected. Okay, so we have somebody here in courtier garb with a pretty spectacular neck ruff. A samurai dandy. So, samurai, if you're, is actually a whole class of nobility. They were the only class allowed to wear swords. And they were the aristocracy. So, so a samurai could apply to a woman or a child, but here we definitely have it applying to an aristocrat, so a young man who is a courtier and is sort of in that stereotypical role as somebody who cares too much about his appearance and not enough about reality. That's why we're getting that word dandy. I actually really want to know what the Japanese word that they use for dandy is here. But yeah, like you said, Harusaki-emon with that haircut, that sort of altered top knot, that's going to be a man. So this is a little bit odd, saying that even though he's a samurai, he's a commoner. That's not quite true. So you can see that he is a samurai. He is wearing a sword, and I do think that kind of clothing would not normally be available to anybody but the aristocrats or the rich, which isn't necessarily the same thing, because there are commoner merchants who are very rich. So Queen Himiko has not been seen. She's not helping people. She normally protects the city from evil, and evil we clearly have. So she's shut herself away, and we're trying to look for her for rescue, huh? Okay. Oh, we have our friend the postman here again. Oh, a different postman. This is Hayate. Which is kind of a funny name. Hayaku means fast. And if you're really annoyed by somebody being slow, you can be like, Hayaku! It's very rude, though. So the mist is making people feel sick and depressed, so mental and physical unwellness. We've got a lot of people. We've got a young woman down here. Again, we can kind of tell from her hairstyle that she is upper class. She's got very expensive looking robes. She's got a very high class hairstyle and makeup. She's probably samurai class, but she could also be a rich merchant. Samurai women didn't typically carry swords. So people say the water dragon's causing all sorts of problems. So we did hear a little bit about the water dragon back out on the coast. So that's more of a mental unwellness than a physical one. Yes, it is definitely unnatural. It seems there are some people who are unaffected. I don't know what that means. It doesn't look like she has a bag to me. Ooh, whoa, where am I? I guess I'm down in this sewer area. I didn't actually mean to go down there. It doesn't look to me like she has a bag at all. It looks like she's just leaning on her arm there. Guess I'll go around here collecting all of these things down here. As long as I'm down here. Incense burner. That sounds nice. Oh hey, there's someone down here. An aspiring carpenter. So this is sort of a normal commoner. And he's working class. You can tell from his clothes are a completely different style. He's got a much shorter top with the pants that are at the bottom. He's got a fairly typical headband that is meant to prevent sweat from dripping in your eyes while you work. He does have a belt on that looks like it's got some Shinto paper charms on it. Which is kind of odd. Okay, so the water has stopped flowing. The canal is blocked. Which is probably what this is. So, okay, so he's not actually wearing pants. He's wearing that sort of almost diaper-like wrap that you see a lot of working people in this game have. Okay, so what's the sign? Keep out digging for water source. So, looks like they might have dug up something a little bit unfortunate here. I'm not going to go into it quite yet. I want to go and see the rest of what there is to see. Maybe grab some treasure while I'm at it. Hey, why aren't you opening? There you go. Free mermaid coin. Nice. I bet there's a mermaid spring here in the city. These canals are pretty extensive for the size of the city. I can't really think of a city in Japan that has extensive internal canals. It's not impossible, it's just I can't think of one right now. Hey. Do what I mean, not what I say. Stray bead's a good one. Okay, what else we got? It is actually kind of nice that they leave the empty treasure boxes, because that way I don't feel like I missed something. So, oops. So let's get out of here, if we can. Where were those? Okay, there's that girl, so we can get up here. Because there were a lot of other people. Oh, ferry port. There's a ferry around. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of people. Oh, another city dweller. Again, wearing more merchanty clothing. Not a kimono, but a top and bottom. I can't tell if that's his hair or a hat, to be honest. This is. It looks like it used to be a pond. So later on, presumably will be able to ferry around. Okay, so that's the samurai. So we haven't talked to any of these folks. Masu. He's got a blade of grass. Yeah, Harusaki Amon can't think of any Japanese Venice-style canals either. So we've got a sort of wandering martial artist guy. He's not a samurai. He doesn't have a sword, so he's probably some variant on either a karate specialist, kara meaning empty, te meaning hand. So you fight karate with an empty hand, or some variant on a traveling monk from elsewhere. The flag on his back does suggest an allegiance to a warlord, though. Those kinds of flags usually are. You see them in samurai battles, if you ever see them depicted. People with standards on their back telling you who they owe allegiance to. And that sort of chewing on a blade of grass thing is a very stereotypical, like, tough guy thing. You can think of it as sort of comparable to, like, the cowboy with a piece of straw that he chews on. So, I'd heard rumors before that Queen Himiko's holy power was incredible. Surely this can't be her doing. So here you get some two sides of that Himiko myth, where it's like, oh, well, she's supposed to be really incredibly powerful. Is it a good power, or is it for evil? Yeah. Oh no, he does have a sword. My bad. He does have a sword. I just couldn't see it from that side. So I guess he is a samurai, maybe, and, oh, I can almost read those kanji. Harusaki Emon, can you read that? It's tantalizing. We've got some guards, dressed the same as the guards that were at the bridge. Miss Rao. That's a new one. So she's some kind of instructor? Oh, she's an administrator. So she's some kind of advisor. Yeah, I'm not sure about the middle one, but it's very close. So this Miss Rao is doing a very good job. Let me see if I can get another good view of that. Ah, it actually is one-sided. Okay. Yes. I want to look at the sign. I wonder if that middle kanji has sort of a box shape. Kind of hard to say. Oh, the guard is grumpy. And he's decided that he's only standing up because I have a healthy immune system and it protects me from whatever this is. Cough, cough. When there's a plague, it doesn't necessarily discriminate between people, and you might be affected whether you are young and fit or not. even the guards don't know what's up with the queen. Have I talked to all those people? Oh yeah, I think I have. Except for the one inside the canal. So... Whoa! Hello! It's cursed out there. I see. Is it the same on this side? Oh no, there's a building on this side. So, if we go... If one doesn't even try to self-distance or wear a mask, they could be risking lifelong damage for themselves and everyone around them. Thank you, Aurora Terrorbird. So I'm interested in this Miss Rao. There's always, it's always fun when there's somebody speaking for the ruler. Oh hey, a shop. A tool dealer, specifically. They're all sure that it's the water dragon. I mean, the water dragon is a problem, clearly. I don't know what other kind of dragon you would have in this setting. Usually dragons are associated with water, but you know, you do see them with other elements sometimes. Like if you've ever played some of the Zelda games have other dragons in them, lightning dragons and stuff like that. Okay. Okay, let's see what you have. Oh, hey! So, we can get all sorts of stuff here. So, this is all our sort of typical stuff, but then we also get some new fishing rods, which presumably at some point we'll want. And herbal medicine, which seems very relevant right now. And charcoal. So I don't know why it's specifically calling out that it's herbal. A lot of medicine, regardless of where in the world it is from, is herbally based. Even medicines that we get in our pharmacies today. But you know, the science of medicine has been studied all over the world at all times, because one thing that we all have in common is that we have bodies and they get sick. So there is a tradition of Japanese herbal medicine, just like there is of Chinese herbal medicine and, you know, anywhere else that you can think of, although I think in the US it's most popularly thought of as a Chinese thing. But the principles of medicine, you know, they want to know what works. The way that medicine works is we find out what seems to have an effect, or we find out what the cause is and find something that deals with that effect. And that's always been true all over the world. So the interesting thing about calling it herbal medicine is that it conjures this idea of snake oil and quackery, things that are meant to swindle you. Or if you are a little bit more into that particular culture, it might the culture of alternative medicines, I suppose. It might conjure images of like wellness and healing and a lack of chemicals, which is not how anything works, by the way. Everything is chemicals. Plants are chemicals, blood is chemicals, water is chemicals. So, herbal medicine, what does it mean here? Well, it probably is effective, because otherwise it wouldn't be in-game. Yeah, I love my chemicals too, Harusake-amon. You know, they do me good. I'm actually gonna buy some medicine, I think. Oh, they only had the one. So there's actually a conference coming up in July the Save Ancient Studies Alliance annual virtual conference, which is free and open to the public. And yes, I should tell you that I do in fact work for them and with them. So, you know, I think it's gonna be fucking great. You should go. But we are trying to put together, not only talking about you know, different types of ancient medicine and medicines that have been brought forward as effective or you know, capitalized on, or how the ancients talked about medicine all over the world. We are also hoping to have some talks about ancient snake oil practices and how that kind of stuff gets, like, why people invest in it. Okay, so we also have a piece of charcoal. So this is a pretty... Oh, thanks, Aurora Terrorbird. It's nice to see you. So, charcoal is a very common drawing implement all across any culture I can think of. Burnt wood is easy to get your hands on, and it makes a nice black drawing implement that is easily wiped off your hands and not so easily gotten off of a piece of paper or parchment or whatever you're trying to draw on. It's also used in Japan to create, like, you can make ink out of the straight charcoal, although you usually use pressed charcoal called an inkstone. But this is apparently just a charcoal drawing stick like you would buy in a store today. If you ever go to the art store, you can pick up a charcoal pencil. So, sure. Let's get some charcoal. We actually do have enough for either fishing rod, but I don't know what I want there. Okay. I wanted to go find that guy in the canal. Alright. So, we're down in the canal. Where was that construction site? It was past you? No, I've gone the other way. Ah. Lost in the maze of the canals. Okay. There's the guy. Can see your thought bubble. So let's go talk to this fellow and find out what's up with canal construction. He's got that same kind of headband on. Same kind of work clothes as the fellow who's collapsed. He is mad at the water dragon too. Apparently, the water dragon is the god of the sea. The lake has plugged itself up. This fellow has a very large beard. It was completely dried up. Oh, he has a pagoda hat on. That's what that is. It's a hat shaped like a many-tiered pagoda tower. Except all in black. He's got a giant mallet. So Nagari built Sei-an from nothing, you know. He built the palace. He built the canals. I do want to know where it is. Like, Biwa's drain plug. I don't know where Lake Biwa is. That is a strange spelling. Harusakiemon, clearly a top-tier hat fashion. Dad jokes. Yeah, I'll help you. Let's do it. This is gonna be another of those digging games. Hopefully I'll be better at it than I usually am. This one looks like a plot. Okay, so... Sploosh. That's not good. I don't think I can... Oh. Can I do anything about you? That's not good. What if... Can I go up too? Let me up. Nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna start over. Okay, so... What if I... Ow. That's not the button I want. I want this button. Yes, I need to go down at this point. But... No, I'm stuck again? What do I do? Yeah, I don't think I have anything I can do here. This is real weird. So, what if I mean, what if I hit the right button ever? I don't think I've got anything. Huh. I don't know how to get lower than this. Maybe... So, all I want is tips. that mean that I can break this thing? Okay, so there's no good way down here. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. That's something. I've got 3 minutes. How? I think we're stuck again. Don't do that. I'm gonna make it to the bottom at least, but I don't know how to get him to the bottom. I had to cross multiple things. Okay, so I got further than I thought I could. Nothing I can do to break those, is there? Yeah, I think I'm gonna run out of time. That's okay. So I've really got to go down the left side as much as possible. across that either direction. How do I do this without... Yeah, I can't. That's a space, but how would I even get there? I think I'm gonna have to come back again. Possibly without everybody watching me. I'm gonna stop wasting your time while I figure this out and get it unplugged, and then I will save. But yeah, I think I need to actually be able to focus on this to get it done. Sorry about that. So next time we will continue with the city. We will probably get the canals running again, unplug Lake Biwa, and hopefully we will meet Miss Rao, the person who has become the voice of Queen Himiko, who hasn't been seen since the start of the evil infection. So, lots to do. I very much hope that I will see you again. It'll be a couple of weeks. I've got some stuff going on. Some of it's very fun. There is a conference called Hit Points and History going on next weekend. Yes, that's right, next weekend. And I'll be giving a talk there and possibly playing some games as well, if you're interested in that. And then I've got another week where I've got a Saturday obligation after that, doing some activism as much as I can. And then, so it'll be May 10th, I think, when I'm back next, and we will find out what is going on with Sei-an City. Thank you very much for joining me. It's been lovely to have you, and keep learning, friends.